All right, so this is part two, lesson 6.3 homework video part two. The last one got kind of cut off abruptly. Sorry about that. But we see that 1b is 15, x to the 10th. 1d is negative 2, x to the 4th plus negative 2, x to the 6th power. Now, let's look at number 2. So number 2, write each expression in expanded form, then rewrite in exponential form. Now it gives us these definitions like that for a reason. They want us to write it out and expand it and then condense it. So let's do B. 7 to the third power is 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 to the fourth power. 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. Now we want to ask ourselves how many times is 7 a factor? And we could count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lucky number 7. 7 to the power of 7. And we put a box around that. Now, let's look at E, because my name is Etheridge. Let's first expand out our first statement here. This is x times y times y times y times y. 1, 2, all right, we got them all there. And then we also want to expand this statement. This is going to be make that a little smaller. Don't worry, you can zoom in at home. Times x times y times y times y. Now, let's take a look at the x's. I have an x. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 x's. X to the third power. And then let's take a look at the y's. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y to the 7th. Now that is our solution. X to the third, y to the 7th power. Pause there for a moment so you could let that marinate and sink in, just like a healthy meal. Okay, next, after 2 comes 3. Rewrite each expression with a single exponent. Rewrite each expression with a single exponent. Now we could do that. How do I know? Because you're the best and the brightest. So we work from the outside in. Outside in. We start at the outside exponent, move our way to the inside exponent. So 7 to the third power to the fourth power. So I use that first exponent, that outermost exponent. This is 7 to the third times 7 to the third times 7 to the third times 7 to the third. Notice how that base of 7 to the third power is used 4 times. Now we need to go down a deeper layer. We need to go down one more layer. 7 to the third power is 7 times 7 times 7. 7 times 7 times 7. Using parentheses just to keep it a little neat here. Multiplication is commutative and associative. 7 times 7 times 7. 7 times 7 times 7. Now, we want to know how many total times is 7 used as a factor. We could just count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a factor 12 times. 7 to the power of 12. Let that sit there for a second. Let that marinate. Let that sink in. Good thing about this video, it has built-in pauses because I'm pausing right there so you can let that sink in, let it marinate, let it get just right for you. Let's do another. Y to the 8th power, 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 y to the 8th power. Now, what we can do here, we don't necessarily need to go through all that there. We can see, okay, we just add these 8s. And we add them up. We have 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 because we know the multiplicative property of the exponent. And so we know this is going to be y to the 40th power. And I put a box on it because that's what I like to do. Y to the 40th power. Now I'm going to pause there. That's a little bit of number 3 for you. And so 4. This is the last one. We just did 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was what was assigned. It says use the properties of exponents to rewrite each expression. Now, let's go ahead and do that. Let's make it do what it do, if you will. Outside in with this. Looking at B, we go outside in. So we started with this negative, that exponent of 3 there. And so this is x squared y, x squared y, x squared y. X squared y is a factor 3 times. Now, after we do that, we can expand these x's further if we want, or we could just dive into the next step. But since this is a video, I'll go ahead and write the whole thing out for you for this one. X times y, x times y, x times y. Let's see how many times x is a factor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X to the 6th power. Now, let's see how many times y is a factor. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put a box on it. X to the 6th, y to the 3rd. Let that sink in a little bit for you. Let's do D. Now we're going to just jump through. So now we know the power to a power property. Hopefully we learned that in class. So I'm just going to jump straight in and use the power to a power property right away. And now I'll just show you the steps I'm going to use. So 2 is to the 3rd power now, because it's already to the 1st power. When it's by itself, it's already to the 1st power, so 1 times 3. I'm going to write this step out like this. And then x is to the 4th power. X to the 4 times 3 power. Y to the 2 times 3 power. And z to the 5 times 3 power. Now, of course, we simplify that. 2 to the 3rd power, x to the 12th power, y to the 6th power, z to the 15th power. Now this is perfectly acceptable. That could be our answer. Now some people might want to take it a step further. What's 2 times 2 times 2? 8, x to the 12th, y to the 6th, z to the 15th. Thanks for tuning in. Keep up the good work. And remember, no matter what, I think you're all superstars.